brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Redwoods and the Voyagers, and it's coming up next.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we begin the divisional round with a tremendous matchup. It's our visitors and our home team. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
You know, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question.
Playoff fever in the air. It's the first of 4 this weekend. Off we go in the divisional round. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
After talking to him the other day, it seems like he's really embracing this moment, Mike. I mean, he said something along the lines of, playing with the pressure that comes with the playoffs is a privilege, and I couldn't agree more. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play on this stage. So when you have these types of moments, you really have to take advantage of them and just go for it. If the rest of the team can match that mindset, I think they got a good shot today to lead with a win.
And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Conklin goes in motion. Nix from the gun on third down. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
First down throw there is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Back to throw is Nix. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he gets that to Hardman. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That one is complete to Hardman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. throwing. Nix. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Myers' kick is good. And the Redwoods are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. We'll go once more with Brooks. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
The outside, complete to Thomas.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Redwoods offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
It's 1st down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A 1st down throw for Nix. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Nix. That one complete. It's Ian Thomas. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
1 quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. All even on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Nix to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Nix. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Redwoods.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Redwoods take a 10-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Voyagers offense ready for their second possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Into space at the 45. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot, see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Now a designed run. It's Allen. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Voyagers cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
The Redwoods offense ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Voyagers offense ready to get back at it. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A give inside, it's Brooks. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. 3rd and long.
As a gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 12.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That is brought in. And he will score. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Voyagers.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Redwoods offense ready to see what they can do. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Catch made right side by Thomas.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
He'll find his running back, White. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. That is fielded at the 20. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Voyagers offense and Brian Thomas set to take over yet again. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen will throw. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now Allen. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
On 1st down, it's Allen. He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Allen going to throw again. That's to the sideline, taken in by Thomas.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. One more time going up top with Allen. That one is caught by Mooney. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Play action. It's Allen. And he'll take it on in. Jared Wiley. Touchdown, Voyagers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Zerline's kick. Up and good. And the Voyagers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these 2 teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you 2 in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. We were treated to a solid 1st half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. These 2 teams ready for the 2nd half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Patterson now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. the home team's offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's taken in by Thomas. He's to the 15. And he will go all the way. Brian Thomas, touchdown Voyagers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Now Zerline for the extra point. He's got it, and the Voyagers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. On the return, Malik Washington. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Voyagers tack on one more to their lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. They'll run with the 3rd-year man. It's Rashad White. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
On gain of 6. That's another second one.
To throw again, it's Allen. The outside, complete to Thomas. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a first down.
Nice play here by Thomas, and I think the biggest thing that he does, Mike, is his ability to get vertical, track the ball, and then go up and compete at the highest point. And I can tell you, when quarterbacks can throw that ball anywhere on the field and just feel like their guy is going to come down with it, they don't have to be necessarily as accurate. They don't have to necessarily always be perfect. The wide receiver allows a much larger margin for error, and it's a big reason why he led college football last year in touchdowns.
Brings up second and 2 at the 3-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Allen. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal.
On gain of a yard. Brings up third and 1.
They'll run with Brooks. Powering forward. He's in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Voyagers. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
The kick is good. Makes the score Voyagers 41, Redwoods 10.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing. Nix. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Conklin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Pacheco. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 16 on that connection. That's enough for a first down. To throw is Nix. That is caught. It's Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
3rd and 5. Back to throw is Nix. He'll find his running back, White. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. They'll run with White. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. Throwing is Nix. That is caught to the goal line and in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Redwoods.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half.
Redwoods 17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Allen to throw. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And the Sam 1. First down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's going to be taken down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's It's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Voyagers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
It's a gain of 10 yards, and that will be a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. And a Vancouver 1st down.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he gets that to Hardman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8. An injured player on that one, and it's Nick Bosa. Game stopped as they come to look at the outstanding defender. A 1st down throw for Nix. Now he'll air one out. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown Redwoods. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Redwoods are able to edge a bit closer. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Patterson now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 29-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. Now he'll run.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. but instead you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Another try with Brooks. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. A run with Brooks. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
On the move, running left, it's Brooks. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
We'll go once more with Brooks. And he'll be taken down.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's dropped off for Pacheco. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Complete to number 10, Isaiah Pacheco. It's a gain of 10. 1st down.
So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They are moving on as the number 1 seed. The victory means they locked out another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
ground shake.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steamers and the Elks coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between these Road Warriors and our home team. I'm Kate Scott. Joining me, as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that
One step away from playing for the AFC title. This divisional round contest is underway. Dearness Johnson to return it. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
The big play nets him 17 yards, and that gives them the first. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Throw is there, Trey McBride. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. They bring Mechie in motion. On 1st down, Warren. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's 2nd down. Trying the left side with Warren. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down. Warren here from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down. From the gun is Purdy. And in for the touchdown. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Elks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and that'll give them a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Going option, headed left on this first down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Hurts. This ball's caught by Uzama. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. A give up the middle to Ford. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's on the move. Now here he goes. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
From the red zone now. Connects with Cook. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Hurts now from the gun. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Cook can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Steamers finish off their opening drive. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Steamers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Johnson now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 36.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Purdy setting up that play action. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun handoff to Warren. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He's running for it. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Play action now with Purdy. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So that's the end of one in this AFC divisional round contest. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its drive. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. It goes down as a gain of nothing on the run, and now they're left with 3rd and 14.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Purdy throwing here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Throw complete to Lamb. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Josie Jewell making that stop. All right, here we go, 2nd down. From the 29. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Crosses midfield, still going. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Another one for Ford. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Ford. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Justin Reed with the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Hurts looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play, and they'll have 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hurts setting up to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Steamers take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Johnson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They'll start the drive with Warren. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
First down throw by Purdy. McBride hauls it in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He manages a gain of 8 there, and it'll give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Going right side, Robinson with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give him a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. Buys top. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Mechie hauls it in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. We're to the 2-minute warning from Salt Lake City. And it's the Elks. Backed up here on 3rd and 15. Now it's Purdy. On target to Waddle. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The kick by Folk is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good to get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steamers send Jerome forward, ready to begin another drive. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. First down throwing for Hurts. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
It's taken in by Lamb. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Throwing the out route complete.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Hurts throwing again. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. On third down, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. The Elks and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Purdy throwing here on first. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Purdy on first down. He's got him. That's McBride. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Looking to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. We've reached halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Kate Scott. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. He's on the move. He can run it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taron Johnson has it. And he's going to go. It's a big 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
Offense trying to add to the defensive effort and turn 6 points into 8. He's throwing for it. Chased out to his right. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. All right, partner. It's only one extra point on the scoreboard, but come on. If you're the team who just turned it over, how much worse is it seeing them add on 2 there instead of just the extra point?
Oh, it stings. I don't think there's any question about it, because not only do you not execute offensively, your defense doesn't do it either. So you kind of just smack them both right in the face, and yeah, that one hurts a little bit more.
Turpin with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense getting all set for this series. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Throw complete to Lamb. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Ford straight ahead. And they had that one contained right at the line. Josie Jewell making that stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Hauled in by Downs. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be a 1st down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 21. Getting out to his left. He takes it himself. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Now Ford. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Hurts setting up to throw. On the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Steamers can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense making its way back out now. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action now with Purdy. Toward the sideline, and McBride's got it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Connects with Mechie. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41. To throw again, it's Purdy. Mechie hauls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Warren running between the tackles. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Warren will not score, and he's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense.
And that's cut the end zone for the touchdown. The Elks take a 3rd quarter lead. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that 2nd one far bigger than his 1st when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Elks break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now this offense getting set to work here. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. On the carry, it's Ford. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Felix and Udike Uzama making the tackle that time. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 29. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 47. It's taken in by Lamb. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Now Hurts. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 3 now. Here's Hurts. Caught by Freiermuth. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Josie Jewell making that stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Hurts throwing again. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Finds his man Downs. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically.
He has the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Rager with the return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Elks headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Touchdown! So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Elks break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And they take it to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Steamers getting their punt team out there. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First down throw by Purdy. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Warren quick on the draw. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Purdy setting up that play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, you know, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
On first down, Warren. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
On 2nd down, Warren. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. That's caught for the first. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Purdy on first down. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
No place to go, so he just threw it away. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Elks go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Here comes their offense out again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hurts looking to throw. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Bails out of the pocket. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
This offense ready to get going again now. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course, you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
A give here to Warren. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Salt Lake. Elks nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go again with Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Warren once more. And that play's brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
He goes down to a knee, and this one's over. They're on their way to the AFC Championship game.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory. We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And their run through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Elks are winners as we say so long from Salt Lake City.